My name is Mike Allers. I am based out of Atlanta. It's Greenville, South Carolina. It's my second home. I do spend a lot of time here in the office. I am the Vice President of the Security and Networking Business Unit. I've been here for coming up on 7 years this summer. It actually means a lot, and I didn't realize how much it meant to me until I got involved. Understanding that I live a pretty fortunate life, and I think a lot of us do. Knowing that I was in a position, I am in a position, and a lot of us are in a position to help people that need more than they have, that need more time or more hands to help with situations that they're dealing with day in and day out. So it means a lot. Yeah, so the org that I've been involved with is called Team Rubicon. They are a veteran-led humanitarian and disaster response organization focusing on lower socioeconomic areas of the country. So the more rural areas that get hit the hardest with natural disasters in the southeast. Well, actually natural disasters all over, but in the southeast it's predominantly hurricanes, tornadoes. In the north it's rains, and then out in the west it's wildfires, but we're seeing more wildfires in this neck of the woods now too. So I'm actually what Team Rubicon calls a COVID baby. And when COVID happened and a lot of us were at home trying to figure out what we were going to do with our day-to-day and how we were going to work and what was going through our minds, I felt like there was a lot more that I could do. Team Rubicon was an organization, again, as a veteran led org, really prompted me because they're the type of folks that roll up their sleeves and just get nice and dirty and crawl around in the mud and do and do that kind of thing. And that really hit home for me. Plus the fact that it's veteran based. There's a lot of veterans come back from serving and struggle to find a place. This is a great organization to help them find purpose again or reacclimate with purpose and then reconnect with people that are in the similar position. So since I started and I realized the impact that it had on veterans, I spent a lot of time initially saying, give me the jobs that nobody else wants. So I got into logistics, believe it or not, and I spent a lot of time in front of spreadsheets. We have trailers that are stationed throughout the country that need to be inventoried and tracked and reloaded and whatnot. So I started with that. Then I got real interested in the chainsaws that were in the trucks and in the trailers. And there were a lot of questions that kept coming up that I didn't know how to answer. So I started to take some of those classes and moved into the Sawyer classes, the Sawyer teams. And now I am the chainsaw deputy for the Southeast, or the Red team. And I'm also an instructor. So I teach people how to safely use the saws, how to take care of them, maintain them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, there's actually a number of them, but probably the first one would have been the tornado that came through Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. I was fresh. It was my first deployment. I was sitting I'd be the new guy. They gave me the clipboards. I'd sit in the front seat. These are the questions that we need to ask. These are the things we need to confirm. And there were 3 other gentlemen in the truck, probably ranging from 45 to 65, all veterans, and driving through this part of town that was just completely devastated. There was hardly anything left. Giant old oak trees, giant old trees were just toppled over. Homes were mostly missing, spread about the streets and the surrounding areas. And pulling up to a woman in her bathrobe, sitting on the stoop of what was left of her home, in tears, not knowing what to do. And I'm sitting in the truck like, what the heck am I supposed to do? How am I going to help? And before the truck was even in park, the other 3 guys had jumped out, run over, gave her a hug, and said, this is what we're going to do. And that was then, I said, you know what, this is the place that I want to be, and this is the impact I want to have on people, and this is how I want to help. One of the biggest things is to be humble. Again, I mentioned earlier that I've got a lot more to give, and I think a lot of people do. There's a lot of opportunities, and this is a good one for anybody to be involved, but we as a community, we need each other. We all think that we can go through life on our own, but we can't. We need each other, and we need to support each other. And just because we have different beliefs or we have different backgrounds, it doesn't mean that we can't support each other, and it doesn't mean that we can't be there for each other to help. And this was just the path that works for me. The hardest part is that first step. One of the things about Team Rubicon is they have 7 principles, very similar to the ones that we have. Win together, get stuff done, dare to go. They have their own, and one of the biggest ones is step into the arena, and that is taking that first step. It's always the hardest one, but then after you do that, it gets a lot easier because you realize that everybody is there to help, and it doesn't matter which organization, whether it's a faith-based, if you're cooking or doing food or providing whatever, everybody there just wants to help, and they want to be a part of that, a bigger part of that, and know that they're able to give back to their community. Just go do it. Find something that you love. Find something that means something to you. Find something that's close to your home. Find out how you can help, and go do it. I think a lot of people would be really surprised with themselves on what they can do and how big their impact is.